Welcome to lecture series on Digital System Design Lab. In this video, we will see the simulation of synchronous up-down counter. We will write the VHDL program for that and we will simulate and observe the functionality of the up-down counter. Here, synchronous up-down counter. The meaning of synchronous here is we are applying the clock to all the flip-flops at the same time. That is the synchronous, and we will see how to up count and down count and how to write the visual program for that. For this up down counter, we'll see first of all what are the input pins and output pins. What are the input pins and what are the output pins. See, we are designing synchronous 4-bit up down counter. That is, we can count from 0 0 0 0 to all ones. All ones indicates 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. That is, from 0 to 15 we can count. So that's why we are defining one output pin here, Q, as output, which is of 4-bit vector. So that is, Q is defined as output variable, which is 3 to 0. So output pin 1, output pin Q we are defining, and that is 4 bits is the output here. Why? Because we are designing synchronous 4-bit up down counter. And what about the input pins? Synchronous is the word itself indicates that the operation is performed with respect to clock. So that's why here clock is taking as one input here. Also, here we are performing two operations. We have to up count and also we have to down count. So we have to tell the system or counter such that which operation it has to perform. It has to perform up count or it has to perform down count. So that's why I am taking one input pin here called UD pin, such that if UD pin is equal to 0, if UD pin is 0, then up count, else if UD pin is 1, then down count, then down count. So that is, so total 2 input pins I am taking here. Clock is one input pin, another pin is UD. Why we are taking UD pin means to select or to tell the counter that which operation it has to perform. It has to perform the up count or it has to perform the down count. That is obtained by specifying the UD input pin. And also we are using another input pin here called reset pin. Reset pin, if reset pin is equal to 1, reset pin is equal to 1 means it is active. If reset is equal to 1, then output is 0. It contains all zeros. If reset pin is equal to 0, then the counter operation is performed, right? If reset pin is equal to 0, then counter operation starts. If reset is equal to 1, then the counter output is immediately becomes to 0. If reset is equal to 0, then only the counter operation will starts. So now for the up down counter we are using total 3 input pins. One is clock and UD pin to perform the operation either up count or down count, and reset pin. If reset is equal to 1, the output is 0. If reset is equal to 0, then the counter performs its counting operation. And the output pin is 1 we are taking, but it is a 4-bit output vector. Why? Because we are using the 4-bit up down counter. Now we'll see the truth table here. So clock and UD pin, and before that one we will take the reset pin. So reset pin, clock and UD, and what happens to the output? So Q of 3, Q of 2, Q of 1, Q of 0. See, reset pin should be 0 to perform the counting operation, and also to perform the counting operation clock should be high. And if up down count UD pin is 0, then it performs 0. UDG pin 0 means we have written as up count, so 0 0 0 1 up count. Similarly, reset 0, clock 1. Next we are applying the clock pulse. Here UD pin is 0, then so that is here clock 1 means here we are applying the second clock pulse. This is the first clock pulse, and during the second clock pulse it is counter is incremented. Why? Because UD pin is 0 here, so 0 0 0, sorry, this one is 0 0 1 0. This is for the second clock pulse. Second clock pulse. Similarly, if you apply third, fourth, fifth, so on up to 8 clock up to 15 clock pulses, will get up to 15. So that is 0 1 0. You will get all ones. You will get all ones combination. After that one, what we are doing is we are making reset is 0 and clock is 1, and we are making UD pin as 1. That is, if you are making UD pin as 1 means we are asking the counter to down count. So that is from 15, so all ones from 15 it starts down count. So that is 1 1 1 and it is 0. So this is 15 and this is 14. So like this it will down count from 14 13 12 so on. So 0 1 1, so it will move to all zeros. So that's why here we require these input pins and these output pins to write the BHDL program for the counter. Now I am telling the operation in one line. Why? Because we are writing the BHDL program based upon that line only. First we will check the reset pin. If a reset pin is 1, then we will automatically make the output Q as all zeros. Else if reset pin is not 0, then we will check for the UD pin. If UD pin is 0 and clock is also high, then perform up count. If UD pin is 0, clock is high, perform up count. If UD pin is 0, if UD pin is 1 and clock high, perform down count. So based upon this line we are going to write the VHDL code. So for that one, open the Xilinx ISE 14.7. So file, new project, so give the name as counter. So click on next. So verify these all these things, click on next, finish. So now new source, right click on this device, new source, VHDL module. So give the name up down count or on count. So click on next. So now the input pins are, so synchronous we are talking, that's why clock is the input pin we have to use, and reset pin we are using, and UD pin to perform either up count or down count, and Q is the output, which is we are designing the 4-bit up down counter. So that's why we are using this one as a bus 3 down to 0. Click on next. So click on finish. So we can remove these things. So this is the main subsections here. So right, so in the architecture part you have to write the actual logic. So we are writing that. First we will check for reset. If reset pin is equal to 1, then what you have to do, you have to store the output Q is equal to others is equal to 0. So that is, if reset is equal to 1, then we are storing Q is equal to 0. So because we are activating the reset pin. So if you press the reset pin, then output is equal to 0. Else if, what is the meaning of else if? If reset pin is equal to 1, then Q is equal to 0. Else if means reset pin is equal to 0. Then if reset pin is equal to 0, then what you have to do? Then what you have to check? Clock we have to check. Clock event, and clock is equal to 1. So what is the meaning here? If reset is equal to 1, then Q is assigned as all zeros. Else if means reset is equal to 0, then you are checking the clock. If clock is high, then you are looking for UD pin. If UD is equal to 0, then we have to perform the up count. So Q is equal to Q plus 1 we have to write. Here we have to check here, if clock event and clock, then we are checking UD pin. UD pin is equal to 0, then perform this one. If else, I am writing else, that is, if UD pin is 1, then Q is equal to Q minus 1, it is performing. Now we are ending if statement. Here I am ending this if here. Now here this if is ending again, end if here. Now here all the operations, reset pin, clock pin and UD pin has to perform at the same time. I am writing here process statement to work together. Process reset UD and process begin. So here we have to end the process here. So this is the actual thing. So this is the architecture. So here first what we have done, if reset is equal to 1, we are checking if reset is equal to 1, then Q is equal to all zeros. Else if means if reset is not equal to 1, that is equal to 0, then we are checking for clock event. If clock is high and also UD pin is equal to 0, then perform up count, else perform down count. So now check the save this one first. and 23 line here is equal to is missing here, so click on save here. So synthesize, check syntax. So it is saying that, so here plus cannot have such operands and minus cannot have such operands. So you know this one, so we are using the plus and minus symbols here, so that's why we have to use one package here. Use IEEE dot std underscore logic underscore unsigned dot all. Why? Because you are using plus and minus symbols, you have to use this package here. So now save here and click on check syntax. And other errors are coming here. 24 parameter q of mode out cannot be associated with formal parameter of mode in. See, observe here q is the output. So in output q we are storing q plus 1. So that is here q is using as both input and output. So that's why change this mode to in out mode and now save and check syntax. So check syntax completed. Now we are going to write the test bench program. So right click this one, new source, click on VHDL test bench, file name. So give some file name, click on next. So associate source is counter. So click finish. Remember that one, this is a sequential circuit, though that's why we are not removing the clock statements here. Observe here, so clock reset UD is the input pin, Q is the in-out pin. Here clock is initially 0, UD pin is initially 0. Initially 0 means it is up count. So here reset pin is 0. If reset pin is equal to 0, what will happen? Q should be updated. Q is equal to Q plus 1. But we are not defined what is Q at the starting. Q is the output actually. In-out is the Q is in-out. So that's why here I am making reset is equal to 1 at the starting, which indicates that Q is equal to all zeros. It is storing all zeros at first. So that's why I am making here reset is equal to 1. Here I am not removing all clock statements here. I am not removing anything here. So now, so at the starting what we are doing, so we have to perform up count and we have to perform down count. That is UD pin we have to make 0 and also reset pin count operation starts only when reset pin is equal to 0, UD pin is equal to 0. What is the meaning of this one? At the starting reset pin is equal to 0 and UD pin is equal to 0, which makes that counter operation UD pin is equal to 0 indicates up count, reset is equal to 0 means counter operation will start. So wait for up to, this is a 4-bit counter, wait for up to some 15 clock pulses. After that one we are going to make down count operation by writing reset pin is equal to 0 and UD pin as 1. If UD pin is 1, then it will starts a down count. So now we'll see, save this one. So click on this simulation. Here we forgot to keep these things. Save. Behavioral check syntax. Now click on simulate behavioral model. We'll get the waveform. Now we have to analyze this waveform whether we are getting the up count or down count or not. And one important thing here is, here Y15 means it has to perform 0 to all ones. So total 16 clock pulses, or you can put 15 or 16. Up to that one you will get the output. So click on zoom to full view. Click on some zoom here. So now observe here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So on up to all ones. After all ones it is getting down count. Why? Because after 15 clock pulses, what we have written in the program, so reset is equal to 0 and UD is equal to 0 and wait for clock speed into 15 nanoseconds. So clock speed we have given as 10 nanoseconds. So 10 nanoseconds into 15, total 15 clock pulses it will wait for. up count only. So 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to total 15 clock pulses, it get all ones. After that one, after waiting 15 clock pulses, we are making UD pin as 1, that is down count will start again. So that is here after all ones, next 14, 13, 14, 13, 12, so on up to all zeros will get all zeros. So this is the up and down count program. Thank you.